Thursday night. It has been a busy week.
Yes.
And we have not had a chance to do a proper video. So we thought, you know what? Awesome opportunity.
Yes, very good
When
opportunity.
life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. And tonight, our lemonade is you. We get to hang out with you guys and have a fun live chat for an hour.
So, who says, can anybody hear us, first of all?
Anybody? Anyone? Anyone?
Maybe it's private and nobody can see us.
Well, there's chat happening.
Oh, good.
Have a great event. Okay, you were the last one who did that. Oh, chat disconnected.
Okay, keep
Interesting.
working on yours so you
All
can
right, I'll go on here and see if
pick
I can.
that up. Let's see. Can we?
We're still such newbies at this whole
I know.
live stream thing. One of these days we will get
there we go.
good at it and we'll be able to
Pop
just like go
out
live
chat.
and
There we
boom,
go.
ready to go. But until then,
Oh, it looks
thank you
like
for your patience and hanging out with us.
it's bright there. Oh, that's not on. Interesting.
Oh,
Can you turn that on?
I don't know. The camera's not on?
No, the light.
Oh, the light. Let's turn on the light. Okay, here we go.
3, 2, 1. Look at that. Very good. Hey, you know what? Our studio, I think it's coming together. Finally.
I worked until 1 hour ago, and then I had to have a shower, and I had to have supper, and had to get stuff ready. So
I
But
got
we
a
did-
lot of good stuff
But
ready.
we really didn't want to go live any later than 8 o'clock Mountain Time because it's just too late for everybody on the East Coast. So.
That's right.
Alrighty. So I do have chat here, but I can't see that chat very well. So I think I'm going to see if I can grab the chat on my phone.
Okay. All right, let's start saying hi to everybody. Computer Repair, hello. Good to see ya. Riley Creative Travels, hey all. Good to see ya. And thank you, Mel and Nettie, for being here and moderating. And also for Diary of a Family. She's watching SpongeBob.
SpongeBob ad. Oh,
Come on.
SpongeBob movie's coming out?
Woo.
Ooh, I like SpongeBob. He's so weird. I love the SpongeBob humor. All right, skip ad. Here we go.
And yet, you know, we won't
Where's our
even
live chat?
talk about that. Are we good?
Spikers B is in the house.
Cool.
Sweet. We've been chatting, so I can't wait to get connected with Spikers B. And Diary of a Family's here. Nice to see you guys. I think you said hi to Rally Creative Travel.
I did.
Nice to see you here. Computer
Hi, John
Repair.
Chalker.
Awesome. John Chalker's in the house.
Daydream about nice things is in
Awesome.
the house.
Nice to see you, Gary. We got Pat Cave here. And who else is on? New Horizons, it looks like. Hey, Susan. Nice to see ya.
Did you want to?
Winging It with John, Kathy Ott,
Did you want to try some of my
Charity Rosello.
my wonderful
These are Kent button
X-ray
glasses.
vision glasses?
Whoa, that does make life a lot easier, doesn't it?
There you go. That's why I got them.
Roman's here, and yeah, this is awesome, you guys. This is so great. Tumbleweed RV Life is
we've
in
got
the
a-
house. Did you guys like your mugs?
There you go.
So much fun. I love
those mugs.
They're so cute. We got those mugs from a cute little grocery store here in Drumheller. It's called
Yep.
Friesen Brothers, Freson, and they have a whole section of Canadiana stuff. So
Ian and Sharon are in the house.
hey, and Sharon, nice to see you. If I had
Drumheller's hot, yes.
if I had a bigger house, I would have way more decor stuff. In
Oh
here.
my word, we would have so many mugs. It would be incredible.
Living tiny saves us money, that's for sure. All right.
We've got a few things.
good.
What did it say on our thumbnail?
Idle cruises on land and sea.
Said
That's
we are
new.
going
I
to
haven't
talk
met you
about-
guys before.
Oh yeah, downsizing.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about work camping.
Yeah. And we're
And-
going to talk about pet peeves.
Yes,
tonight.
we are.
Oh. And try not to make it too negative because
That's right.
you know we're living light. We like to keep things light. We like to keep things positive, but sometimes there are just things that get under your skin.
Like what?
Speaking of skin, I got a cold sore.
Ouch.
Ow.
Change of the
I
weather?
don't-
No, it wasn't the change of the weather. It was because of an activity being outside in the sun
We
for
went
a long time.
kayaking down the Red Deer River and spent the whole couple hours in the sun, and I don't think my lip balm had sunscreen in it. So here's a tip for you all. Make sure your chapstick or lip balm or whatever you're using has SPF, because if it doesn't, you're burning your lips off. You know, burn your lips off.
Hey, Winging It with John. Glad you're here.
Alrighty.
Guys, I wanted you to know that it was a struggle for me to set up this live stream tonight about 7 hours ago, which is when I go into the studio and set it all up and click all the buttons and make it all good to go. Something was missing. And I'm like, this isn't normal. And every time I click on the button I thought I should click on, a private live stream started, and I'm like, that's not what I'm after.
Yeah, and it started the stream right away. Like you couldn't schedule it.
So then you go into the videos that are below and you delete them. And I did this like a few different times because I never make the same mistake twice. It's usually 4 or 5 or 6
Winging
times.
It with John says that they look good on me.
Oh, good.
You like these?
Yeah, those are manly glasses because she used to make me wear her pink and black ones while we were in the grocery store.
Really cute.
And these ones are from Costco. Just saying.
Hey, I'm really glad that Winging It with John says that he likes these glasses because I think tomorrow or the next day I will be getting brand new glasses. I went to my optometrist last week and she said, wow, Lisa, you are over wearing your contacts. That's why my eyes are so dry and that's why they're always like rolling around in my head.
No, she's got the same information 20 years ago.
She also said that that's why I'm having trouble focusing when I'm trying to read stuff. So unfortunately, I will have to ditch the contacts and start wearing glasses. I have a super high prescription, so it's going to be a big adjustment for me. I will probably still wear contacts for some of our videos just because it's easier for me to get outside and play when I'm wearing contacts. And it's going to be a hard addiction to get rid of, like to change. But I'm going to do my best. So you guys, hopefully next time we have a video, you'll see my new glasses.
There you go.
But thank you for your support. I appreciate that.
She's getting older.
We have Camping with Clammy. I should actually just put my glasses on. Then I
there you
can
go.
See something. Does it help with the computer?
No.
No, the computer's too far away.
Okay.
I'll take
Bob's Adventure. Hey, we got 30 in the house. You know what? I'm going to show you, and we're going to talk through our kayaking.
Here we go.
So this is the Red Deer River. It is a slow river. It's a water highway, and it's one of those majors, and it is awesome. We put canoers on this river. We put kayaks on the river. We put people with just the inner tubes on the river, and they float all the way back down to the campsite.
Mm-hmm. These kayaks were lent to us for the afternoon from our friends Jim and Janice. So thank you so much, Jim and Janice, for lending us the beautiful kayaks. We had such a great time. It was really, really fun.
We actually worked with Jim and Janice last year in Okotoks.
In Okotoks.
And so they came and visited us again and see if our life was just as crazy. And yeah, it is.
Well, it's crazy, but it's crazy good. Last year, Workamping was not so good. So yeah, so this is the GoPro strapped to the kayak, going down the Red Deer River, obviously at super fast speed.
Some of it. And then pictures.
It was super fun.
And then regular
relaxing.
speed.
And you know, guys,
3 hours, 2.5 hours.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It was pretty good. It was a fun afternoon. If you can get out there and have some fun on the water, there's just something really relaxing about being out on the water. I was going to I did bring my phone. I was going to play music while we were out there. And then I thought, you know what?
It's slow right there. You see how relaxing it is?
Is that the actual speed right
there?
There
it is.
Good. Once we got out there, I didn't even want to have music on. I just thought, this is beautiful. You can hear the birds and the water and the splash of the paddles in the water. And it was so super relaxing.
It was super. And it goes right up to the rock on the side of the valley too, in a few different places. So you can explore while you're out there. What a great time.
Awesome. So I see a few more people in the house here. We've got Bob's Adventure. Welcome here. We've got 777 Cretbo. I think last time we were live, you were on here and I was calling you 777 Crebo or something. Anyway, I believe it's Cretbo. And we got Weekend RVing. Hey guys, welcome here. And you guys, if you see the blue names there, those are our moderators. And we love our moderators. They help this environment stay safe for us. So if you're a moderator and you're in the chat right now, please go ahead and put your link to your YouTube channel, your Instagram, your Facebook, whatever it is that you want to promote tonight. And that's just our one little tiny way that we can say thank you for keeping it safe here for us. So that would be Mel and Nettie, Living Free Zip Code List. I've got RV Media Creators in the house. I'm not sure who else is on for moderators. I may have missed a couple.
Diary of a Family, and RV Media Creators.
So you guys go ahead and put your links to your channels out there right now. Thank you for being our moderators.
Oh, let's go back to that. There you go.
Yeah.
Now, awesome. Just to say that there's been some cleanup in some of our RV creators groups because of some turmoil. So if you've seen any changes in the moderators and status of people, it's because there's been some cleanup that has gone through our community to say, hey, we get to get a little bit tighter and a little bit more control over what is and isn't happening out there.
And it's not like anybody has done anything really bad. So I don't want you guys to assume anything bad about anyone in our community. But there's just been some stuff that's happened that we need to make sure that we are playing it safe and protecting each other. So,
yeah, one of my moderators came to me and said, hey,
things.
we've had some problems over in a different channel. Can you just make sure that you're careful? And so we've just made some changes.
I love that about this community.
Yeah.
We have each other
watching our time back. Hey, speaking of that, because I called Garrett today and said, what up with YouTube and what's going on and how do I fix this? And Garrett's like, hey, I know it's crazy, I know it's weird, and I know it changed even from last Saturday, but here's what you'd have to do now. Garrett, on RV Media Creators, just put your PayPal link there. And because I want to throw a little bit of money your way personally to say thank you for your time and for going ahead and figuring out these details. So I'm going to do that tonight. And if anybody else has been happy with your services and learned some things and wants to repay you, well, they can use a PayPal account. So if you don't mind, put your PayPal link there, and that way I've got it again.
Thank
and
you.
anybody else out here has got it too.
Yeah, thanks for putting
and we really appreciate it. It's like, what a stress when things aren't working and all of a sudden you have somebody to call.
We have a question. Jeff Lawrence says, thoughts about border closing.
Yes.
Plans for winter if border isn't open by snowbird season. We do have a plan B that is starting to morph more into our plan A, unfortunately, because the borders are still closed and there are just too many hot spots right now in the different countries.
We got some secret plans that I was working with Papa Drew on too.
We have some plans. We aren't really actually ready to share those plans yet. So, but just so you know, we do have plans. We will let you know kind of as things happen. But yeah, that's definitely a reality for full-time RVers, especially Canadian full-time RVers, because it gets really cold in our country in the winter for most of the country. So most Canadians are going to have a secondary plan, I think, for this winter, because it's just not going to be feasible to head south right away. So we'll keep you posted, but that's a very good question. Thanks,
Garrett.
That was Jeff. Oh, and Garrett put his PayPal
Garrett.
account on there, PayPal link. Awesome.
Excellent.
That's awesome.
Hey, we got 50 in the house. We want to, okay, I've already shared that.
We have 50 friends today.
Now,
I love it.
Lisa, you were downsizing yesterday, weren't you?
I was downsizing yesterly.
Was it fun?
In the rig.
Yeah.
Because Bessie is bursting at the seams. We have so much crap in here, and that's partly because we've been on the road for a couple of years, partly because we've been stationary for a while, so things just keep getting added.
Yeah.
And partly because we've been busy and haven't gotten rid of things.
It's Amazon's fault. No.
Yeah.
We brought some stuff
makes it too
way
easy
before we
to bring
RV'd.
stuff
We
in.
brought stuff with us too that's like, oh, we don't want that with us anymore.
Right.
I carried a recycle bin to the dumpster, and it was heavy.
Mm-hmm. Are you reading comments?
Yes.
Okay, you read
And
comments,
so we're good.
and I'll talk about downsizing.
Garrett actually made a video of how to stay up to date with doing your live stream settings, so that anybody that gets frustrated with how YouTube has just changed the format and the player, see what happens that they make it so that it's really easy to go live now, but it's not quite as intuitive to go live in a few hours. So that was what was frustrating me. And Garrett's put a link there because he's putting out a video on how to set that up correctly. Okay. So we're talking
somebody said something about Papa Drew right there.
Yes.
They said it has to involve cake if Papa Drew is involved.
Oh, definitely. Or poop.
But not
and we're not giving you the poop on it already
But
this
not
time.
together.
No. Okay.
All right.
All right.
So downsizing.
Downsizing.
So, yes, I did go through my entire under my bed storage and in my bedroom, because what happens is
gets
that
packed.
you live in such a tiny space, and when things start to collect, you just kind of chuck them to the sides, right? Like just get rid of it for the time. I'll deal with it later. So yeah, I did that yesterday. It was good.
We also have the opportunity to fill a bin and get it to our daughter's place because we're in the locale.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Or in the States, they say local.
Locale. I think locale is how you would say it in the States.
Yeah.
As in the locale of where you are close to somebody or something. I think so. Alrighty.
Hey,
so
I want to show you my downsizing trick. Lisa hasn't seen this yet. All right, guys, if you need to downsize, there's a few ways to do that with style. I'll show you one way. This is a hammock I bought at Costco quite a long time ago. And I took this to Alaska and back on our motorcycle. Yeah, not enough room on a motorcycle, but I took this. But I didn't use it even once. So we brought it with us RVing full time. We brought it with us. Haven't used it once, but I still want it. I still want to take it with me. So here's our downsizing option. I am going to throw this into this backpack, and if I can do that, I get to keep it and take it with me. So if I don't do it, I can't take it with me. So here it goes. All right, so there you go. If I can make it into that, I get to keep it. Only one try. Here it goes. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Yes! I get to keep it! Awesome! Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Yes! Woo! Yes! There you go, guys.
That's
how you downsize.
I hadn't seen that before, but that's a really good idea. Good job, hon.
You bet.
Yes, that hammock has been the bane of my existence. Thankfully, it's not a bowling ball.
Not a bowling ball, like somebody else that we heard about.
Somebody else we heard about. And
I'm taking my bowling ball.
It's not very big, but it has been quite a pain, actually, to try and take it.
It's not that big.
It's not big, but it's like in the way all the time. It was big on the motorcycle trip.
Yes.
Anyway, so that is part of what we've been working on for a video for probably next week is downsizing once you're in an RV, and what options do we have to get rid of stuff. So there we go. I see
Thank
that
you,
Day's Great Adventure is in the house. So welcome, Greg and Shelley. If you guys haven't seen Day's Great Adventure, definitely check out their YouTube channel.
Thanks,
they're
Pat.
pretty fabulous. Good friends of ours. Yes, nice shot, Kent. Perfect. Good job.
Amazing.
All right.
When you want something that bad, you just have to do it well, okay?
Well, also, you don't know how many takes he did. How many takes did you do to get that? Are you sure?
Yeah.
You're not lying. Look at my eyes. Are you lying?
No, one take.
Sounds good. Alrighty, we got a few more.
One take, but it took me a few hours of editing.
Fraud Dragon Net. We've got Crazy Shepherd. We've got Charity Rusado. We've got Desert Wandering in Arizona. Welcome, welcome, welcome here. And if I've missed your name, I apologize. The chat goes pretty quickly, and I'm pretty much blind, so it makes it really difficult.
Hey, Sharon.
Sharon Mitchell as well. Yeah. Perfect.
Hey, you know, one of the best things about being in a campsite for a number of months is people stop by to say hello.
We met somebody today.
Today.
She's so sweet. Her name is Marilyn, and she saw me this morning as I was getting on shift, and we just had a wonderful short conversation, and then she actually checked out of the campground, but then she turned around and came back so that we could hang out a little bit more. So we hung out this evening a bit too. So I wish it could have been longer. It was wonderful. We love meeting people and making new friends. We must be true extroverts.
Well, how many people have we met in the campground since we got here that we've never met before? Well,
lots.
Jim Deuce, we met his son.
Yeah.
So that counts.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we also met retired old timers.
We got a few more questions here. We've got one from Roman. He says, is the campground booked up?
No.
It's not. On the weekend, it's pretty full.
Yeah, like the long weekend.
I think August long weekend, it was packed. I think it was a full house. But other than that, there's room.
There was 4 spaces at least.
Oh, were there?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh,
so
I didn't know that. Cool.
There's wiggle room.
Yeah.
Room for more.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? That's part of our...
During the week, it really isn't.
That's part of our etiquette that we're going to be talking about, like, right now.
Should we do it? Should we talk about pet peeves?
You know what? It's 20 after. Why not? 57 people in the house.
All right.
All right.
Welcome here, 57 people in the house.
We are...
there's only 21 thumbs up.
I know.
We're not.
They
we're
can't
not
give
doing
double.
a good job.
Okay.
Go ahead and hit that thumbs up.
We are work campers.
We are work campers.
We work and get our own space while we work here. But I'm not on shift right now, so.
You better not be on shift right now because you're doing a lot.
That's right.
Okay. So,
Hi, New Horizons.
So
Good to see you.
We need to talk about pet peeves. Here.
Okay. We all have pet peeves.
There are pet peeves. I have pet peeves that I want to talk about.
Yes.
From 2 different perspectives. One from the perspective of being a camper at a campground.
Yes.
The other perspective is from being a
staff
person. Thank you. From at a campground. So the first one I want to say, and I just got to get this off my chest, you guys. Please, when you're at a campground, flush the toilet and clean up after yourself, even just a little bit. You would not believe how many unflushed toilets I have to deal with in a day. And it is just gross to deal with that. So it's not hard. There's a little handle thing on the side of the toilet. You just push it down, hold it. That's just the thing. Some campgrounds don't have really good water flow, which is true about this campground. So press and hold the button for a second.
That's not the problem of the campground. That's the problem of the toilet not having enough water to
Oh,
flush.
really?
Or
I
you're
don't
trying
know.
to mess it up.
Anyway, please flush the toilet. It's pretty basic, but that's my pet peeve.
Moving on. We got that one.
You knew the poop had to get in there somewhere.
There you go. That was a Papa Drew moment. Okay. You know what? When we first got here and we opened up for the first couple weeks, there was almost nobody complaining. Did you know that? Did you notice?
I'm reading comments. You talk.
Oh, nobody was complaining. It was great. You say, hey, I'm dropping the firewood right here. You can take it into your campsite. Oh, we're just so glad you guys are open. We are so glad to come out and RV.
Quarantined.
We are so glad to have options.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And then 4 weeks into it, why are we so far away from, and the complaining, which is normal for lots of people, starts. But the first 4 weeks was like, thank you.
Kids talking about complaining. I have to tell you this really funny story. I think it's funny. Should I tell the story?
Which one?
Yeah, I think I can tell the story. I was getting ready to clean the men's bathroom, and there was a gentleman standing at the end of the sidewalk area just waiting for me. And I said, sorry, sir. I said, it's going to be about an hour before this bathroom is cleaned. And he literally was just like, why? He just whined. And I'm like, okay, I understand it's hot. I understand you have to go to the bathroom, but don't whine.
And there is another bathroom.
And actually, whining is one of my personal pet peeves. I have had a no whining rule for my whole life. And when my kids were little, like 2 and 3 years old, if they would start whining, they would go like, "Mommy!" And I would say, lower.
Lower.
I can't hear you when your voice sounds like that. And they would go, "Mommy!" I say lower, and they say, "Mommy," and I say a little bit lower, "Mom." I'm like, "Yes." Now I can hear you because you're not way up here whining.
And all 3 girls say it's mom's fault that they have low voices.
It just bothers my ears. Yeah, we all. I mean, I have a low voice, and
Me
maybe
too.
that's why the whining thing drives me
I don't
nuts.
always have a low voice when I'm excited. I have a high voice.
Yes.
All right. One thing we will not tolerate: speeders in the campground. Mm-hmm. We have 2-year-olds that are just wandering around.
Yep.
Because this is a safe place for them.
Yep.
And kids on bikes. And so we won't tolerate speeders in the park.
Looks like the American Wanderer is heading out. Nice. Glad you guys could pop in for a bit. That was
bet.
Awesome. Or are you saying evening all as in you're coming in?
Oh, maybe. Could be.
You know what? Our moderators are on this. They
That's
welcome
right.
people in and say goodbye to people, so it's fantastic.
So what's
having them
Kent's biggest pet peeve? Well, I'll show you the simple version of it, the not so bad version of it. People use their fire pits on the day that they leave, not for a fire pit. They empty their trash cans into it.
That's gross.
I've seen stacks this high of paper garbage, their leftover breakfast, including their milk and including their Fruit Loops, and then you'll also get the couple or the family or the person who will take what's left over in their dog dish, maybe even 10 or 11 or 12 cups of dog food, and dump that into the fire pit. So, and I'm like, guys,
as you live your life,
you see that? That's a garbage can. This isn't.
As you live your life, think to yourself, if I do this action, what is going to happen? Somebody else is going to have to deal with that dog food and your cereal and whatever else you threw in that fire pit. So
Hi, Kino.
Think about those things and be kind to your fellow humans.
That's right. Spiker's Bee is in the room.
I know.
All right, here we go. What's next? Hey, Susan. Bathrooms. She has the job of cleaning up the bathrooms, and they get trashed. Who does the biggest amount of trash?
You need idiot signs, she said.
Yeah.
Idiot signs, yes.
Now, is there less trash in the
there are
bathrooms
lots of signs.
and less mud in the bathrooms when there's less tenters?
Yeah, so that's the problem. When our tenting area and our 15 amp area is really, really full, the bathrooms they're just heavily used.
Overrun.
And I don't mind heavily used bathrooms. If there's mud on the floor and it's dirty and there's pieces of paper towel on the floor, that's totally expected. It's when someone comes in and washes their dog in the shower and they're not supposed to do that, their muddy dog. Or when they come in and, you know, maybe cut their hair, or we've had way worse things I don't even want to discuss on this.
That's right, which we won't.
Totally disgusting. But people leave giant messes. And
people do dumb things like they'll say, well, my blanket got wet and dirty. Well, wet.
Oh yeah,
so they'll throw that into the dryer. They won't wash it first. They'll throw it into the dryer with rocks. All of the sand, with all of the rocks, with all of the mud, and they'll try and dry it. And it's like, you know that you're creating a huge mess. Yeah, but you don't want to wash it because it costs money. I know. Okay, who else? Traveling Pisces. Good to see you guys. Okay.
Hey, they're here.
Oh, I don't like seeing the dad who hangs out in front of the office for 4 days because it's free Wi-Fi, playing a video game on his phone when his kids are in the park, and he's, I don't know, I don't like that.
It's sad
like,
because
put down your phone.
Yeah, like you're camping, you know,
like, this
and
is
even if
hours.
Even if you're a full timer, you still have to spend time with your kids. You
like
don't just
that just didn't
play on
sit
your
right
phone
with
the whole
my
time.
heart. Anyways,
so it looks like Kino Sabi is a fellow camp host, and he says,
nice.
I hate picking up cigarette butts and water bottle caps.
Oh, water bottle caps everywhere.
Totally.
I went into one area and there was like 30, I don't know, Miller or Corona caps, and I'm like, and they're in the grass and they're stamped down in some places. I picked up as whatever I could.
Crazy.
Anyways.
Hey, Nursing Our Travel Bug is in the house. The Fryway's in the house, and Nakano. Hey, Don and Ellen.
Hey,
nice to
good
see
to see you guys.
Patrons. We got to meet Don and Ellen when we were in
Yes,
Arizona.
we did.
That was so much fun. And again, I wish we could spend more time together. So
and
you guys got to get full time on the road and come to Quartzsite.
That was a great restaurant. Which one was it, Lisa?
Picasso's?
Yeah, and there's the same one in Sedona too, so that's good too.
That one, Bridget Hurley. How far is the campsite from BC? So we are an hour and a half east of Calgary, Alberta.
Yeah.
So it depends on where in BC you are.
More north and east, but that's fine. And then you get to Calgary.
My sister drove out from the Vancouver area the other day, and it took her, I think, 13 hours to get here. So.
Oh, there's more. And this is everybody's pet peeve.
Nursing Our Travel Bug. Video games. Players gotta play. Yeah, and I think you should play. You're on vacation. Have fun. But
all day.
But it's all day. And
then there's the neglect thing. But anyways.
Yeah. Anyway.
I if somebody wants to set up, get their game, like there's one kid that does that on an ongoing basis, who cares? That's awesome.
It's just sad when you see dads ignoring their kids like the whole time.
I don't like that. Okay. How about, there it is, site walkers. It's like, hey, this is my site. What are you doing? It's like if somebody came to my window right now and started looking in it and I don't know them. You know, if it was Papa Drew, that'd be different.
With a drone.
But I don't know this
Papa
guy.
Drew did that when we were in Quartzsite. We were we're in our rig, and all of a sudden this drone comes like right in front of the window and just hovers there and looks at us. It was awesome. Yes, my mom and dad are living, and our daughter are living in staff housing down by the river, and people like walk right across their deck and they're like, that's their personal space, and there's signs that say private residence. The other day, I had people walking through our site, and okay, when we were talking about doing this video, talking about pet peeves, I said to Cam, we can't just be so negative. There has to be a solution for some of these. Like, how do you deal with these in a positive way? And when it comes to people who are walking through my campsite, one of these days, and I haven't built up the guts to say it yet, but one of these days, I'm going to open my door and I'm going to very kindly and nicely, and I'm going to say,
obviously,
you must be a brand new camper. Like, you must have never RV'd before, so you must not know the etiquette, that it's actually really rude to walk through somebody's site. Like between the car and the motorhome, right? Like they're like cutting right through. Anyway.
And so before
one of these days,
you have somebody
to the 55-year-old guy who obviously has been RVing for several years.
Anyways, there's more. And
how many more are we doing? We got to move on.
How about non-sign readers?
Okay.
That used to be you. They don't apply to you, right? They didn't. Now they do.
Okay.
Small dogs that bite. And truly bite. It's like, oh, but it's a small dog.
Yep.
Yeah, not so cool. Okay, got it. And I think we're done. And complainers, we got it. And yeah, I'm done with that.
Hopefully Papa Drew has pants on.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, did you know that RV Foodies is in the house?
How do you deal with campsite walkers? Yeah. How do you deal with them? I was just going to say, I would just basically say, Yeah. Hey, you must be brand new and not know the rule.
Yeah. RV Foodies is in the house.
Excellent. Are
Yeah,
you? They're here? They're
yes.
here? RV Foodies is in the house?
Yes.
Sweet. Okay. So I definitely want to give them a shout out.
That's right.
RV
They're on our
Foodies,
list.
RV Foodies is a YouTube channel. They do not have enough subscribers because they are amazing. Their content is great. Their editing skills are really good. Entertaining to watch. A really fun couple. So you guys... actually, one of my moderators, if you could find their link, I think I have it in the description below this video. So if you could just copy and paste that link into the chat, that would be awesome. I would really love to see these guys be part of this community, have way more subscribers. I think last time I checked, they had 178, and they need at least 1K because they are awesome.
They are killing it.
Yeah. So the reason I found them is because we did that 3 things you like about your RV and 3 things you dislike about your RV.
And they took up the challenge.
And they took up the challenge, exactly. So they did the challenge video, and I was able to kind of meet them on YouTube. But yes, I don't know your names. I'm sorry, RV Foodies. I don't know your first names, but if you want to put that in the chat, that would be great. Anyway,
and just remember, if you put up a link and you're not a moderator, it doesn't happen.
It won't work.
It doesn't work.
The moderators have to do the links. So yeah, if you guys could put that up, that would be great. Go check out RV Foodies, their channel, their YouTube channel. Watch a couple of their videos, leave a couple comments, and let's get them at least to 200. I mean, these guys need to.
And who else did we meet through this? We also met Logan and the Hobo.
Logan and the Hobo. So again, that link is in our
description. Forever.
I know. I love his little jingle at the beginning.
That's
of
right.
the
And
video.
he does all his own music.
Yeah, so
that guy's creative.
He's very creative, and again, his channel is really fun to watch. So you guys go check out Logan and the Hobo. His link for his channel is in the description below in this video.
In his yard,
as well.
He set up a campsite, so they can go and use the RV and all that stuff.
Brilliant
Lots
idea.
of people
if
do
you
that.
have to store your trailer anyway, you might as well have a little campfire.
And let's not forget CR View. They did the 3 things you like, 3 things you dislike challenge, and so did Mel and Nettie zip code living free.
You should say it. Okay, go. Can you do it?
Hey, Mel and Nettie, love ya.
Mel, Nettie, living free zip code.
Mel, Nettie, living zip code free less. Did I get it?
Not quite. But yes, they also did the challenge. So you guys go check out all of those videos. I'm pretty sure the links are either in this chat video or in the description of the likes and dislikes video that we did. What? Be Nakano?
With
Thank
a question.
You so much. Super chat. So when you give us a super chat or a super sticker, your YouTube link or your Instagram or your Facebook or whatever, you will get a shout out in the description below.
Yes, you will.
Thank you so much, B. And she says, how do you deal with people who don't pick up their dog's waste? My pet peeve.
My pet peeve also.
Yes.
Even though, yeah.
Peeves, yeah. So what do you do? How do you deal with that with people who don't pick up their dog's waste?
Well, we do get that. You know what's interesting? And I'll tell you.
I have a story.
People, that's fine because I have a better story. A bigger story. I don't know what your story is. Anyways, sometimes we even get it on the radio. Hey, we just pulled in and somebody left some goodies back here that need to be picked up, and I'm grounds maintenance. So guess what I do? I go get a bag and I go over there. By the time I get over there, I said, where is it? Okay, I'll go. Please mark it, and I'll get over there in about 5 minutes with what I need to pick that up. And I got over there, and the lady says, it's okay. That lady over there, she picked it up.
Wow.
Because she heard it on the radio.
Wow.
Because there's good people out there.
So yeah, you definitely... The only way to deal with it really is if you see somebody doing it, you could say something.
Yes.
Or just pick it up. Especially if you have a dog, which you guys do, then you've always got a dog bag, so just...
You don't want to.
Do the dirty deed because it's being a good neighbor, I guess. But
that also happens.
My story?
Go ahead.
It's a story about my sister. So she was at the beach. This happened a few years ago. And this guy walked onto the beach. And she's sitting right there on a blanket with her daughter. And this guy walked onto the beach. And his dog just lays a load, like right beside them. And he starts to walk away. And my sister's like, excuse me, sir, you need to pick up that poop. And he says, I'm not picking that up. And Renee was like, yeah, you are. And he was like, no, I'm not. And Renee says, that's disgusting. I'm sitting here with my daughter. It's a health hazard, blah, blah, blah. And his response was this. He goes, the geese all poop on the beach. And Renee's like, yeah, but I don't own a goose. And you own a dog. Pick it up. So he actually did sort of like kick it off to the side to the bush or whatever. He didn't actually pick it up, but at least it wasn't sitting right where she was. So
he dealt with it somewhat.
Sometimes you have to be confrontational if the mood strikes and it suits you.
Oh,
Go for it.
How did he whine about that?
I don't remember what he said.
Something about you're not my wife?
Oh, he did say something about you're not my wife.
Whatever.
Which is hilarious. So when your wife's not around,
Yeah.
I guess you can leave it.
Okay.
Anyway. GPS tracker. That's awesome. That's
I've been struggling with making
Piper
sure.
and Tamara. That's who it is. Piper and Tamara.
Piper and Tamara.
Foodies.
Yes.
Sorry.
I've been struggling with getting this rig to have good AC all the time. This has been a problem. The biggest reason why it doesn't work or didn't work well is because I didn't run it very often. So none of the parts were saying, "Hey, we're good at this." So I turn it on and it's like, "Hey, we're struggling." Like all the seals and all that stuff. All of a sudden it started working out pretty good, but it would pop the breaker. About, I don't know, after 15 minutes if it was working hard, or after 4 hours if it was working some of the time. And it's like, oh my goodness, do I have to actually call an RV repair guy? So I was actually on chatting back and forth with Mel, Mel of Mel Nettie Living Free Zip Codeless. There you go. You gotta change your name.
No, you need to
Love
learn
your
how
name.
to say it.
I was on the back and forth with Mel saying, what am I looking for? And I cleaned the whole thing. Well, I'll tell you I'll show you what I did. So I got up on the roof and I said, I know it has to get clean. So I took off the housing. I got up there. I took off all of the bolts to get into the unit. And I sprayed down everywhere that needed to be sprayed and cleaned, because if it heats up and it doesn't work properly, well, I can at least fix that. And I put all of the little hardware soldiers on top, and then I went down inside and ran it. And you'll see that part because I lost 2 of them because they vibrated off of there and I lost them. They're somewhere. But anyways, I stole a couple.
The volume was too loud.
Sorry.
Have you changed it? Can you change it?
Yes, I can do that. Sorry. Got it. How's that? No volume now.
No music.
All right. There you go. The music's
Thanks,
gone.
Garrett.
Thank you. So I got up there and ran it, put it all back together, and it would still pop the breaker. So I realized that I actually had to go and find a breaker. So I did. I took the panel off and I took off the breaker. Well, I took pictures of it first. And actually my father-in-law was in Calgary. And he sourced it. And he brought me back one, $20. And I installed it. And it's been working beautiful ever since. Mm-hmm. So sometimes it's not exactly what you think.
So there's a comment here from New Horizons that I want to read. It says, at some Florida campgrounds, they swab the dog's mouth, and if they find out through DNA that you didn't clean up after your dog, they fine you. That's an aggressive dog pooping protocol. I'm impressed.
Are you
crazy.
pulling my hind leg there,
Yeah,
Susan?
maybe she's just joshing with us.
Maybe.
Could be. Some
Do
people
they
have,
swab
like,
your
humor.
cat too?
I thought she was gonna say they swab them for COVID.
You know
or
what?
something.
I'll bet she's right. I bet they do that.
It's crazy. Like that, it's a big deal. And lots of campgrounds definitely will fine you if they see that that's happening. But
Yeah.
anyway, good job, B, for bringing up that conversation, because we all have to deal with it for sure.
So the AC's been working. I'm so happy. Thank you so much for your input, though. Mel, Nettie,
Yes.
Living Free
Yes,
Zip
definitely.
Codeless.
Oh, look like Nick's Picks is here.
If
Hello,
I keep saying
everyone.
it, I'm sure I'll get better.
You will get better.
Got that one, got that one.
Exactly.
That one's done, that one's
Yeah,
done.
Tracy. Oh, Tracy Coral. You're from Tumbleweed RV, Tracy, right? I'm pretty sure that's the Tumbleweed RV, Tracy.
Where?
Tracy Coral. She says, ha ha ha. And then Shannon Kozak, where will you winter this year?
Ha!
I know, that's the
The
big
secret question. North Pole. We're staying with Santa Claus.
Exactly. We aren't entirely sure yet. Probably in British Columbia somewhere. So that's
Not close
what
to
we're
the North
looking
Pole.
at. Not anywhere close to the North Pole. But
I could make toys.
only if the borders are closed. As soon as they open, boom, we're down. We're heading south.
Well, there are ways.
Your pet alligator? I don't know. Maybe. You have to ask
There-
Susan.
There are. Okay, there it is. Mel, Nettie, Living Free Zip Codeless. That's way
Jack
better.
would not
Thank you.
allow
Yeah, that's
his
right.
mouth to get
Not
soft.
happening.
Maybe if you dipped it in ham and whipping cream first.
There
then
you go.
would.
So I think we got this taken care of. Challenged by Grassroots Living is the one that challenged us on that one.
Yes, they did.
But anyways,
exactly.
I want to show you something else, and that
kids
was
got lots of goodies.
yeah.
I'm impressed.
The other night, Lisa was like,
Nick's Picks
"I'm
told
going
us.
to sleep," don't bother me. I said, you got to look out the front window. And she's like, okay. And 40 minutes later, she's still looking. Watch this.
That was
I took only a minute's worth.
Is there music on it? Is it going to be too loud?
No music.
Okay.
Keep talking.
Yeah, so I think this is what is called dry lightning. Correct me if I'm wrong and you guys know more about this than I do, but it went on for about 4 hours because, yeah, it just was crazy. It stayed in that same zone, so none of that storm moved at all for 4 hours. And there was no thunder. It was just constant lightning, like constant. It was incredibly fascinating. Like Kent said, I couldn't take my eyes off it. And I thought, if you are epileptic or something, that would actually be pretty dangerous because it's basically a strobe light. So yeah, it was pretty powerful. And Daydream About Nice Things says, wow. And really, when I was watching it, I had all these like praise and worship songs and Bible verses coming to mind because it was just really like a fireworks display that God was putting on for us. And I just thought it was so powerful. Like just to see that lightning. Much electricity and no thunder and no rain, and it didn't move. There was no wind. It's not like there was a storm around or anything. We have our fair share of summertime thunderstorms around here, like a lot, but that was totally unique, and I had never seen anything like that for in my entire life.
It was constant, like Lisa said. There was not 3 seconds that went by without one flash in the sky.
Yeah, I have seen this heat lightning that you're saying, but I've only seen it for, it might be there for like maybe half an hour or so, but this went on and on and on for like 4 hours. It was pretty amazing. And we could only film it with our actual phones, because if we tried it with the GoPro, it's like not enough light. The GoPro wouldn't catch it. Yeah, exactly. So anyway, yeah, it's scary. I don't know if any of that lightning is touching the ground. I think it might just be up in the atmosphere. It looked like it was just friction lightning, like up in between the clouds, but I didn't hear of any fires or any lightning strikes.
Well, actually, it's been wet here since May. So we get wet, a wet storm coming through probably once a week.
Yeah, RV Media Creator says that they've seen storms like that before too. So yeah, it's so mesmerizing. I just couldn't take my eyes off it. I'm like, this is incredible. So yeah, we have definitely, Spiker's Bee says, very strange weather this year for sure.
Yeah.
We've seen so many crazy things out here. And I mean, we're not used to being in the Drumheller area. We're used to being an hour and a half west in Calgary. So they have crazy weather there too. But...
And Drumheller is supposed to always be way hotter. And you know what? For the most part, it is.
Hey, Melanie said we have 73 in the house. Please hit the thumbs up.
I saw the 73 and I thought Mel and Nettie were saying we only had a high of 75 today. And I'm like, that's weird. And then I read it.
Tracy says GoPro has a night setting.
Oh.
Oh, good tip.
Okay.
We will definitely have to look into that. Thanks. That's awesome.
Right. GoPro 7. Go nighttime.
Yeah. Can you just tell it to do that? I love that about GoPro 7. GoPro, start filming. I shouldn't say that because it'll probably turn on.
No.
Awesome. So,
Sharon, we are staying in Drumheller at the resort.
Yes.
We're working here.
We're staying at the Dinosaur Trails RV Resort. So it's right past the Royal Tyrrell Museum.
Yes, not in town.
Yeah. So there's a Dinosaur Trails or just Dinosaur RV Park?
Probably Dinosaur Trails.
In town, and
that's
not
nice
where we
park.
are. We're farther out.
We have a pool.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a pool. Yeah. All right, any other conversations that we were going to talk about?
Yeah, look at that smack talker. RV Media Creators, learn your gear. Yeah, it was time for that. Read the manual.
I know, right?
Page 19.
I don't have time, man. I'm so busy. Anyway, you guys in the chat, why don't you write down one of your pet peeves of camping life, whether it's an RV pet peeve, a campground pet peeve, a boondocking pet peeve, anything related to camping and RV life. Write your pet peeve in there, and if it's a super chat, we will definitely read it and possibly tell you a story about it. If it's not a super chat, that's fine. We'll go there if I can catch it before it goes too fast.
One Strange Adventure, I'll probably be humming that song all night.
The lightning reminded me of the song from Chris Tomlin. And yes, that was one of the songs. There's just so many powerful songs. And, in the Bible, it talks about that when Jesus comes back, that it will be like lightning flashing from the east to the west, and the whole world will see it. And I was just, when I saw that, I'm just like, man, the whole area around here could see it. I mean, how many thousands of people would see that? So it's really cool.
Sharon, as soon as I saw your comment, I thought, we should go lower. And then all of a sudden I realized the actual content, and it's like loud talkers within the park.
I think her name is Shannon. But
it
yes,
is. And then loud
Shannon,
music in the park.
That drives me crazy. And I'll tell you what's even worse. I'm a loud talker, but I try to keep my voice down when there's other people around. But what bothers me more is when people are dropping F-bombs and swear words constantly, especially when they're grown people, grown men, grown women, adults, like your grandmas and grandpas. And it's like, seriously, get a vocabulary. Think of something intelligent to say. Don't just like drop F-bombs every 3 words. Drives me crazy. As far as a solution to that, I have no idea. I don't know what to say. Do you tell somebody to pipe down?
Oh my goodness! Like, sometimes you do, and then sometimes you have to call security because then they're looking at you going,
"No, because you're still living beside these people for who knows how long, right?"
And you know, maybe it's just alcohol.
It could be the alcohol that does that, or like this bravado, arrogant thing. But I'm not living well because I'm underneath all of this lockdown stuff. Yeah, so I think...
so there's this stress pressure cooker that just is like, okay, I can let go now.
That happens anyway all the time. But I think it's good to think about the person's like, well, maybe they don't know that they're doing that or whatever.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll just go in my rig, or I'll be outside, I'll put my earbuds in, or I'll put music on or whatever, so I can kind of drown that out. All right, what else have we got? The loud talk outside your rig, using foul language at bedtime. Yep, exactly. That was from Diary of a Family. Entitled people who think, oh, I missed it. Oh, generators.
My pet peeve is camp attendants that don't like picking up my beer caps.
Who said that? Who said that?
Who said that? That was Mr. Grabowski.
Of course he said that.
Or is that Mabruski?
Kelvin. Don't like picking up my beer caps. That's hilarious. Love you guys. Generators. Let's talk about generators. That can definitely be a pet peeve for people. In this campground, you're not allowed to run generators. If you're out in the BLM land, of course, there's no real rules. You got something to say?
No. Hey, my rule of thumb is this: if the way we're set up, we run a generator from out in the boondocking areas. If we're not right up beside somebody, at 9:00 in the morning, run it for an hour. Should be lots of time to make your coffee and charge up your batteries. And then we use it for about another hour at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock, cook supper. And then maybe before 9 o'clock at night. That's all we need. We're not a family. There's just the two of us. We do have solar. We do have batteries. So we have solar charging also. But we do run our generator at those times to make everything happy and healthy. But not after that.
Yeah, I think it's just polite to think about when I'm running my generator, is it going to really bother someone? Is it going to be super early in the morning? Is it going to be really late at night?
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
The problem in Canada that Garrett's talking about is that Canada has a lot of BLM land. We call it Crown land.
Rolling with Rosie's in the house.
And the problem with Canadian Crown land is it's forest roads, which means you can't get there with an RV.
Yeah, so
you can get there with a truck camper.
Yeah, if you're going to truck camp or if you're going to tent camp or whatever, then it's good, but not with a motorhome.
Like people go in their hunting rigs, and they get their all the branches scratched down the sides of their vehicles and stuff. But that's where they're going. They're going to the BLM land of Canada.
Yeah.
But you just can't get there in an RV.
That's what Tracy's saying. She says there's forestry roads, but they're hard to get to for sure.
And there's lakes and all kinds of things, but you can't do what you can in the U.S. and just pull in with your...
Oh, Tracy, good. She says, I always say, hey, there are kids around here.
Diesel pusher.
That's a good one, to say there's kids around here, or hey, it's a family show, settle down, whatever. That's a good word. Grassroots Living is in the house. Good to see you guys. I had a coworker who kept cussing God. I said, I get the feeling you aren't a churchgoer. The language immediately stopped. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I think there are polite ways for us to just bring it to people's attention, because I think a lot of time people don't really know what they're saying. They're not aware that it's bothering anyone.
They just think they're going off, and they're relaxing their social etiquettes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for sure.
And sometimes it's just because of a hockey game.
It could be. It's not. Dire or RV Media Creator says, wait, there's BLM land in Canada. in O Canada. It's not called BLM. It's called different things. Like in Alberta, it's called the PLAs. It's the
Public use.
public land use zoning or whatever. So it's not
Yeah.
called BLM, but there are some areas where you can go camping for free, but it's hard to get to. So.
Yeah, and then all of the forestry roads, like we said.
Yeah, exactly.
But
So
very difficult to get to.
yeah, for sure. All right, we have 9 minutes.
Yes, we
left.
do.
If anybody has any questions for us or
Talk more about downsizing, Lisa, because that was a biggie.
yeah, we did a downsizing video last week, so if you guys haven't seen that, go ahead and check that out. And I also did a downsizing video way back when we started downsizing, 2 years ago. So if
Actually,
you want to
that was a collab, wasn't it?
if you want to laugh,
No, there was 2 of them.
yeah,
One was a collab.
we did a collab with Drivin' and Vibin'.
Yeah.
That was a downsizing collab. I have not sure where the link is for that. We could probably put that in a video somewhere. And then we did our own video for downsizing.
Yes.
And then just last week I did a video on downsizing. And next week I'm going to do one on downsizing in your RV and getting rid of your RV stuff and making it lighter. Because Bessie is overweight. Okay, we got a super chat from Melanetti, living free Zipcoless. Thanks, you guys. Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up. Guys,
All
it's
right.
like an avocado, like doing a weightlifting thing.
Yes.
Yeah. You know what? I feel like I'm working out when I do my job.
Yes.
I work really, really, really hard cleaning toilets and scrubbing showers and all that kind of stuff. But I'm getting in shape, I'm getting stronger, and I'm feeling really healthy and good. So what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, apparently.
Sharon has a question. They just bought an
Shannon?
RV. Shannon has a question.
Okay.
Just bought our RV. Packing the house this week. What is the first thing we should buy or do? Well, my suggestion is you should definitely plan on a couple nights away. And
Can't like avoid the whole thing altogether.
and then you will have more information yourself as to what you actually need to have or don't have in your RV. Make sense?
So you're saying go RVing?
Yeah, do a dry run.
A dry run. Okay, yeah. That is good advice. I thought you meant go away, like as in just don't bother.
And another tip here. When we were in Okotoks, we would see people that would come in to the park, set up everything. Everything's great for the weekend. And either they would leave that night or the next morning and go and get a mattress.
Yes.
Because the mattress they had in their rig was like not doing another night on that.
So Shannon, when you're saying packing the house this week, what's the first thing we should buy or do? Are you talking about like the downsizing process or the RVing process? So if you're talking about the downsizing process, the way to start that works for me is to just pick one category of items. You can either pick a room. Some people do it room by room. I find that stressful because it's just too big. But I would pick an item, like pick your puzzles or your games or your linens or your dishes or your clothing or whatever, and just start with that item. Grab them from all over the house. So like you're gonna grab, I didn't even say this on the video, this is like bonus material, guys. Just grab it all, put it all in the living room in a great big pile, and then just start going through those things and deciding what you're gonna keep, deciding what you're going to get rid of. Really, we only keep the things that we actually use, that we actually need, and that we actually really, really love. If it's super sentimental. So yeah,
or if
that's
it's a
how I
hammock.
would start with down, unless it's a hammock.
There you go.
Are you gonna set that thing up?
Yes.
Where?
Between 2 trees.
When?
When I have 2 trees.
We should make bets on how long Kent's going to carry
don't
this
know.
hammock around without using it. It was never been set up. I think we set it up once at our house in the
Trees
funnel.
trees are hard to come
All
by.
right, looks like we've got some more questions
They
happening here.
move. I don't know.
Driving in Vibin' downsizing video. Good job, RV media creators. I'm impressed. You
Hey,
found it.
good job, grassroots
And
living.
that's from years ago, so that'll be fun.
Well done. Big thumbs up
Right.
there.
What do they do? Grassroots living. Monetized?
Yes.
Woohoo!
So they have a
Good
question
job.
that I don't know the answer to. Do
Okay.
you go back to all your old videos and reset them as somehow? I don't know. I don't
Where
remember.
was the question? Where's it?
Monetizing all of your old videos.
I
don't remember.
Set up ads for every video in the past. Now, by the way, we are a half mile from Canada. I wish you were close to us. If you're a half mile from the Coots border crossing, we would probably drive down and say hi.
Yeah.
But you'd have to be in Montana.
And
to
we
make
would,
that
of
happen.
course, say hi to Calvin.
Yes, definitely. We need to go see those guys. Kelvin and Mary.
Gabruski.
And Mary, you guys need to email us. We got to figure out how we're gonna get together. I don't think you have to go back and set up ads. I think they will automatically have ads on them.
I think so.
unless you want to.
Because you'll do it for your channel. You'll do a channel setting.
Yeah. You know what? I have some advice for you. Go to RV Media Creators and email Garrett. Actually, Garrett, if you want to put your email address for RV Media Creators in the chat right now, that would be great. And he's awesome at answering all these questions. And
if you do what I do and you go to Garrett and say, hey, how do I fix this or what do I do? Throw some money in his PayPal tip jar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get him paid for that information.
Yeah. Yeah. You have to find the perfect two trees to make a hammock. Yeah, I think that's the case. I think that's why it hasn't happened yet.
I think so.
Yeah, exactly.
And I hate bugs.
Tell Dean and Shalene they just need to call us and we will help them.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah, for sure. Exactly.
There's the email.
Yeah, there's Garrett's email from RV Media Creators. Jacques Lacasse is in the house. Nice to see you. And I see Roman with Rosie. I think I said hi to you guys already. Nice to see you. And Nick's Picks, you are a Disney fan. Have you been to Disney since the COVID restrictions and things have all changed? I'm very curious to see how that's going. And I haven't seen any of your videos lately, but if you've done a video on that, let me know and I'll go watch that. So. All right, I think we are getting ready to close down.
Yes.
If you are a Patreon family member, we will be doing a Zoom chat after this chat. So head over to our Patreon page. I'll post the link there and we can have a little more one-on-one conversation. If you are not part of our Patreon family and you would like to be, same thing, just go to our Patreon channel. It's patreon.com/livinglightRV.
Yep.
And you can become a patron for $5 a month is the lowest, and then it goes up from there. Different benefits and things, different tiers that we have going on over on Patreon, and you can be part of our one-on-one live Zoom chat coming up tonight.
CRView is in the room.
CRView is in the room, in the house. Definitely check out the links in the description below for the different channels that we shouted out tonight, like RV Foodies, like CRView, like Mel and Natty Living Free Zip Code List. I probably won't be able to remember everybody.
Logan and the Hobo.
Yeah, definitely check everybody out.
Forever.
Go check out those channels. Support each other, you guys. We are an amazing community, and we just love being able to learn from each other.
If you find Logan and the Hobo and you watch one of their videos, you'll know why I sing it that way.
Yes. How does he say it? How does he do it? Best friends forever.
Best friends forever. Yeah, that's the second part
so great.
Yeah, it's
awesome. Day's Great Adventure. You guys thank you so much for joining us tonight and hanging out with us, talking about pet peeves. Hope it wasn't too negative because we don't want to be negative. We want to be a living light out there in the world.
That's
you
right.
Guys.
Be responsible. Make it pleasant. See, we're here for months, so we get to see it all.
Yeah, we do. We definitely get to see it all.
Oh, and you know what's crazy? For me, it's not a pet peeve, but I just feel sorry for everybody. They come here, they set up for 1 or 2 nights, and then they leave. That's a lot of effort.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a lot of effort. Full-time RV.
What you were going to say, let's do it.
The full-time RV is the way to go. Anyway, if you are a moderator, and let's give the moderators a couple more minutes to get their links in there. So if you're a moderator, go ahead and put a link to your channel, your Instagram, your Facebook, your YouTube, your website, whatever it is that you want to promote tonight. Thank you so much, moderators, for being part of our chat. We need you guys in here. This is a big, big deal. You guys keep it safe. You keep it fun. You keep everybody engaged in the chat when we're too busy thinking about what we're going to say next and miss all the comments. So yeah, it's so good to have you guys in here. So please go ahead and put your links in the chat right now. And you guys, if you haven't checked out these content creators, be sure to click on their links and watch their videos, give a comment, give a thumbs up, and become part of their family as well. So all right, Patreon family,
Thank you for the
see
super
you over
chats.
at Zoom pretty soon. Thank you so much for the super chats. You guys are so supportive of us, and we love each and every one of you. We wouldn't do this if it wasn't for this community, would we?
No.
I don't think so. We would probably take
without
videos
the
for
community,
ourselves, but we wouldn't do
it would be like a hollow hallway that you're talking into, and it's like there's nothing here.
But we know that we're connecting on a real one-to-one
It makes
basis.
life happen.
We love it. We love it. It's awesome. All right, you guys, thank you so much. My name's Lisa.
And my name is Kent. We're Living Light RV.
We are grabbing life by the tail, and we will see you guys next week. Take care. Love ya.